everyone, welcome to Tortilla Talk Friday. Gotcha. Not a Tortilla Talk Tuesday this week. I did another weird video on Tuesday instead of a Tortilla Talk. This video is not going to be super edited and I'm just going to answer your questions. And I'm so excited about what I'm holding in my hands right now. So one of the questions I've seen a few weeks in a row for Tortilla Talk Tuesday is, do you still have that journal that Rachel started for Flynn? And yes, so the day Flynn was born, Rachel made a little journal that everyone could write a little note to Flynn in. And I might have read some of it to you guys in the past, I don't remember, but I did find it. But while I was looking for this, I found this. And I didn't know what this is. I didn't recognize the journal, and that's because it's not my journal. So I can't really read to you most of it, but it's really exciting. Okay, look, it says Erik Flynn Stocklin and his birthday. It's not Erik's journal though. His mom wrote it. I'm gonna cry. His mom wrote in this, and it's similar to this. And then there's another journal that I have that's similar to this one where I wrote to Flynn. I wonder if I can find that. I should try to find that so I can show you some of that too. But I didn't know that she did this for Erik, and it's so special to me because this is what I do for my kids, and I love it so much. I didn't know that we had this in our possession. She must have sent it to Erik or given it to Erik at some point. Erik never told me, but it's just information about Erik and like his birth and how that went, and it was just wonderful to read about his birth and what she went through. And I don't know why it makes me so emotional, but like at 1 p.m. I awoke when my water broke and I immediately went into hard back labor. Like hearing about her birth story like was so cool. He was 9 pounds or 9.5 pounds, which is crazy. I thought he was 10 pounds for some reason. I was 10 pounds. But anyway, it's so cool to read this story and just little stories of him when he was a little baby and a toddler and stuff. I love this so much. But this made me gasp. She made a list of his vocabulary and the words, I'm gonna cry, the words that he says and what they mean. And I know all kids do this and all babies have like a baby language, but Flynn's baby language was so like special and such a huge part of Flynn and his childhood, way more than the twins do. Like the twins have their own baby babble, of course, and they have words that mean other things, but Flynn's was so specific, and usually the words that he made up didn't even sound like the real word, like dar dar for car and manatata for garbage truck. I mean, he had weird words that he said for years, and I've always wanted to make a little book and write down all the different words that he said and what they actually meant when he was a little baby and toddler. And she has a list of words that Erik said and what they mean, and I love it so much. Okay, so I have to read it too. I'm just so thrilled. Okay, body is bottle, titty is kitty, buppy is puppy, gucky is dirty. So that one, I'm like, where did that come from? Because most of these sound like kind of like the word, like he's trying to say it, but then there's a few that are like so random. Money was bunny or pony or monkey. We was a swing. Bye bye K is bye bye car. Gookie is a cookie, cracker, or a sandwich. Muh is up. Bump bump was to go downstairs. Foo is a shoe. Ba bun is peanut butter. And ready is jump on someone. And then she said, just to name a few for fun. This has just been so lovely to see. There's like a night she wrote about, honestly, I could read anyone's journal or baby stories or hear anyone's birth story or home videos, pictures of someone's childhood, anyone's, I will cry because like, I just love that stuff. But the fact that it's Erik, oh my God, I'm a mess. So, okay. This was really sweet. She's talking about how one night there was a storm. So she woke up her kids to come and watch the storm. And Erik was scared because he thought there were tigers on the roof. He thought the sound of the rain and the thunder was tigers walking around the roof. You asked about the journal that Rachel started for Flynn. So I have all these Polaroids in here of the day Flynn was born. And oh my gosh, wow, oh my God, he's such a little baby. Look at that. My goodness gracious. I was so happy. That was honestly one of the coolest experiences of my whole life, was giving birth to Flynn. I did not think I was going to be able to give birth vaginally. I thought I'd have to do a C-section, so it was very exciting and surprising. But anyway, Rachel started, it says, in case of loss, please return to Flynn Timothy Stocklin. Yo, this is from your Aunt Rachel. So here are our like hospital bracelets. Oh my God, I don't know if I've ever read this online, but it's long. Oh my God. I should read this to Flynn. I bet he would love this. Okay, it's 10 a.m. This is his birthday. So this is December 10th, 2018, 10 a.m. Rachel wrote, dude, you're being such a punk. That's how this starts. Okay, they just gave your mom some drugs, so it's all good now. She's high. So here's the deal. You're about to enter the world nameless. Your parents can't decide on anything ever. Good luck. They're good people though, just extremely indecisive. truth. Very true. Let me give you a description of what it's like in your delivery room. Your dad just your dad just went poop, then came out and touched his nose. Weirdo. Your mom is drugged out while texting on her phone. Your mom just said, oh no, I can't read this. F this. But she wrote the actual word. Apparently, you're moving a lot in there. There's Christmas music playing as your mom breathes through a contraction. Your dad just touched his toes again. Oh, I guess it was he touched his toes, not his nose. Your dad just asked if I like the name Flynn, Forrest, or Foster. Your mom likes Flynn. Oh my God, this is so weird to read. Now your mom is editing as your dad rubs her shoulders. A bunch of nurses came in. They're sticking their fingers in there. 11 a.m. Dude, on the real, I'm so excited for you to get here. You're gonna be so squishy. Own those curves. Just hurry up for mom's sake. 12:20. She got the good stuff, an epidural, so she isn't mad anymore. 2:15. Your dad just told me he wants to vomit. He's holding it in though. 2:30 p.m. Your dad is spoon feeding your mom ice. Romance. Now he's itching under her boob. Scandal. She got mad that he wasn't itching hard enough. This is getting weird. I just itched her boob. ... Oh my God. Uncle Corey just came to visit. He's been getting the house ready for you because dude, you're coming early. Oh my God. This is amazing. So then Corey wrote for a little bit. And then grandma wrote for a little bit. Oh my gosh, 4:20. Whoa, this is weird. Your mom keeps thinking she needs to poop. I keep telling her that it's you trying to escape, but she won't believe me. And that's true. They always say like, if you feel like you have to poop while you have contractions, it means you're having a baby. 5:30 p.m. She's pushing. I just saw your head. Your dad looked and his eyes got all watery. Your mom is doing great. They're kissing between pushes. I don't remember kissing Erik in between pushes. 6:30, bro, you're here. I think he was born at 6:10. I'm pretty sure. So I started pushing at 5:30. So I pushed for 40 minutes, but it didn't feel like 40 minutes. It felt like 5 minutes because I didn't know this about having babies before I had babies. You're not just like pushing consistently the entire time. This is probably common knowledge and I'm just dumb, but you only push when you have the contractions. So there's like resting periods. So it's like you push for like 30 seconds, a minute, I don't know however long the contraction is, and then you rest for a few minutes, and then you push and you rest, and then you push and you rest. So it was never like I'm just pushing consistently the whole entire time for 40 minutes. You know what I mean? Anyway, so once he was born, she wrote, all right, we all sobbed. You're perfect. By the way, they still don't have a name for you yet. You've ripped out your mom, but you did it quick. I'm reading all these messages from all my family members to Flynn is making me cry. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm a mess. Okay. Hi Flynn. Happy New Year. Sorry it took us so long to get here to meet you in person. This is from Grandma Nita. You're being such a good little boy, letting me hold you and dance around the house. You are perfect and definitely my favorite grandson. This is before Wesley was born. Obviously. We plan to love you and spoil you from now on. Love and many hugs, Grandma Nita. Oh my God. So there's all these messages from all the different family members in here. Oh, that is so special. I'm so glad that he has this. And I do have that other journal. I have to go find it. I'm gonna go find it. Oh my God. This is getting long. I'm a mess. I could sit and read journals literally all day long. It's my favorite thing in the whole world to do. I found it. So I wrote to Flynn when I was pregnant, not after I had him. I'm sure I wrote to him a couple times after I had him too, but this is from when I was pregnant, and I'm pretty confident I've read this online before. The first page is pictures of me on my book tour. So there's me and Corey before a book signing. This is me on Ryan and Kelly and Ryan, whatever that show was. And then this is me on Colbert, and all these I'm pregnant with Flynn. July 15th, 2018. Hello, my little love. I'm not quite sure what to say. I've never written a letter to my unborn child before. I'm nervous. I hope you like me. I already love you so much. You're currently on tour with me, and you've been behaving so far. Thank you for that. You haven't made me barf or faint on stage yet. You're the best. But you did make me barf a lot before I did my book signing in New York City and before I did the Stephen Colbert show last week. I'm gonna have your dad talk to you about that. Not cool, little dude. So far on this bus tour, we've performed in New Jersey, Buffalo, Albany, and Syracuse. I hope you're having fun in my tummy while I bounce around on stage like an idiot. I love you. Love, mommy. And then there's a picture of him in my belly, a little ultrasound thing, and then me on stage performing. Hi, my little love. This is July 19th. I have so much to tell you. I got to see you today. I visited Grandma and Grandpa Stockland in New Haven, and we all went to get an ultrasound, that's what that picture is on top, and said hi to you. You look like a little alien right now, but I still cried. You're so cute. I can't wait to meet you. Oh my gosh. Hi, my little love. I miss your daddy so much. I really don't like being on tour without him. He's shooting a movie right now, but he'll come join us on tour in 4 days. I hope you look exactly like him because he has my favorite face in the whole world. So if you look like him, I will just melt. And he looked exactly like him. There's Erik. And then down here, I said, this is your first time in a magazine. You're so famous. This is from a People magazine, July 16, 2018. So it's like the little like thing that says babies, and it's all the different celebrities who are pregnant. And there's Colleen Ballinger, and that I'm pregnant. Colleen Ballinger, the actress and comedian known for her popular YouTube character Miranda Sings, announced she's engaged to her boyfriend Erik and pregnant with her first child, due on New Year's Day. Yeah, Flynn came a little bit early. This is so fun to look at for me. I just like put pictures of tour and told little stories of all the different cities we were in, and what he was doing and how he was acting in my tummy. There's a note from my mom. Hello, my little love. It's a month later. I'm a whole lot bigger now. We performed in Seattle to prep for the show in Washington, D.C. next week. We are filming that show for the Netflix special, and I am so nervous. Last night I almost fainted a few times on stage. That's a fun little symptom I've been getting lately, is fainting. My body's working so hard to keep you safe and healthy that sometimes that just happens. I think you liked the show last night though, because after it was over, you were rolling around and kicking harder than you ever have. It made me so happy. I love you. I remember that when I would get off stage every night after shows on tour, he would be so active when I got off the stage. And then that very next page says, hello, my little love, you little stinker. Right after I wrote to you on that last page, I fainted and vomited, and they made me get off the plane. Doctors and EMTs came on and made me and your dad wait at the Seattle airport for about 8 hours before we got to come home. You're a nut, already causing so much drama. Oh man, I love stuff like this. Anyway, that made me really happy. So thanks to whoever asked me to look for that journal from Rachel, because it just sent me down a little fun journey reading old journals. And it was wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna try to do some rocks really quick while I have 10 minutes of time. I kind of only have 7 minutes of time, but I'm still gonna try to do it in 7 minutes. I don't have time to fully like deal with the rocks, but I do have time to dump out the grit and see how they're looking. And it's raining, so that might slow me down. I gotta go, I should stop filming about it. So, as I'm doing the rocks in the rain, I'm gonna talk about something. A lot of you guys were scolding me this week because I said my shoulder was hurting, I needed to rest my shoulder and take some time off and whatever, and then I ended up editing this like intense vlog on Tuesday that was full of a lot of editing. And you're right, it was really stupid of me to do that. What's funny is that my intention with that vlog was to not edit. I was like, oh, I'll just do things like paint and scrub a seashell and just film myself doing it casually, and then I'll just upload that footage raw. But then I wanted to make it look better, and I couldn't stand it just being how it was. And I ended up making more work for myself than I needed to, so that was really stupid. I appreciate you guys calling me out for it, because I needed to be called out, because that was dumb. That being said, I did take a break from editing, and I didn't post on Friday, and then I tried not to edit very much over the weekend. So yes, I did edit that vlog a lot, but I did take a break and it did help. And I'm probably gonna take another little break to rest again. But again, I really do appreciate everyone caring about my shoulder. Okay, let's go in the house. Hi, I'm filling up the kids' bath right now for bath time, and I thought I would answer some questions while I'm doing this for Tortilla Talk. It smells like poop in my bathroom, but no one has pooped in here recently, and there's no poop anywhere, but it smells like poopy old water. I'm a little concerned about that, but we're gonna ignore that and just go with the flow. Singing Kitty said, Tortilla Talk question, when you look for rocks on the beach, do you ever find gems or strange things? It depends on what you mean by gems, because technically a lot of the stuff that I find is a gem because they're gemstones technically. Like it's a lot of quartz. Is that considered a gem? I'm not quite sure. I found jade. Is that a gem? I don't know what the difference is between rocks and gems and crystals. It's kind of all the same. I mean, I know it's not actually the same, but it feels like the same thing to me. But yeah, we find lots of cool stuff when we look for rocks on the beach. I found a lot of fossils. We found bones. We have found marbles, dice. I found geodes and crystals, but I mostly just look for rocks. Jane said, Tortilla Talk question, what do you do with the grit once you rinse off the rocks and into the pail? Living for these rock questions. What do I do with the grit? So the grit can't go down the sink. It will turn into cement essentially and ruin all the drains. So we don't put it down the sink. Instead, I put it into the bucket like you guys see whenever I rinse off the rocks, and then I let the grit settle to the bottom and the water kind of stays on the top, and then I pour out what is just water, not grit, into like plants and bushes and whatever until it's mostly just grit at the bottom, and then I let it all dry out so it's like a huge clump of cement. Then I wrap that up in a trash bag and I throw that cement in a bag away, and then I go back and start the process over because you can't put it down the drains. It will ruin your drains. As you can see, my room is such a mess, so I'm gonna kind of clean a little bit while I answer a couple more questions. Gracie said, any updates with moving? A lot of people have asked about this because it's my fault, because I mentioned that we're probably going to be moving in a vlog like maybe a month ago. And since then, so many people have been like, what the heck, you're moving? When are you moving? What's going on? And I shouldn't have said anything, probably because I don't have much more information other than I know that we're going to move. And that's all I can even say. Like, it's that we are going to move, we want to move for a multitude of reasons that I'm not going to get into. Oh, this is wet. And not because of pee or something. This is wet from my children just, wait, what is this wet from? Oh, I know. This is what, because, okay, yesterday Flynn got out of the bath and he got dressed for bed, and then the twins were in the bath and they decided to throw a huge bucket of water at Flynn as he walked through the bathroom, and so he got wet. They all thought it was very funny, but everything got wet. Anyway, what was the question? Moving. Yes, so we do want to move. We're going to move. There's a million reasons why we're going to move. I'm not going to get into it right now. I'm going to wait until we have more concrete plans, but I do want to say I'm sorry that I brought it up before I was ready to talk about it more, because I think it made everyone go like, what's going on? How come you didn't give us more information? And I should have waited. And I think when I did mention it, I think I was in a very panicked state of mind, and I was just mentioning all the things that were stressing me out. And I just didn't think about the fact that it might make people go like, wait, what the heck? We want to know more information about that. So I won't talk about that again until I know it's happening. So if and when that is happening for real, I'll talk about it. But until then, I'm sorry that I brought it up at all, because I didn't mean to panic people. This is one of my favorite dresses I used to perform in. The other day, Maisie went into the show closet of all my like show dresses I used to wear, and she saw, she's like, Mommy, I want to wear that. And she insisted I put it on her. It was obviously too big. And she put it on, she goes, this is too big. This is your size. Take it off. I was like, okay, girl, I told you. But she did not believe me. She needed to see it on for herself to realize that it was too big for her. But this was one of my favorite dresses to perform, and I love that dress. Anyway, next question. Rachel said, Tortilla Talk question, you are so creative. Would you ever consider selling some of your paintings? I'm sure lots of us would love to own some Colleen art, especially when we can watch the process on your vlogs. I have no plans of selling my art because I don't do it very often. And usually when I do an art project, it's something that like is special to me, that I want like on my wall, or something that I want to give to a family member that is sentimental, or, you know, something like that. Like I usually don't just paint something or do something random that I have no connections or ties to. And I just feel like it would feel so weird to sell it, because I don't consider myself an artist. It's not my profession. And I don't know, it's just something about it feels weird to me. I just don't think I ever would. But thank you for being sweet about my watercolors. I just don't think I would ever sell it. Ginny Barrett said, Tortilla Talk question, when you catch crabs in the netting like that, are you allowed to take them home, or is it catch and release only? Because that net full of crabs looks like dinner to me. Now listen, girl, I love crab. I love eating crab, but my crab eating days are over. Flynn has asked me to not eat crab anymore because he loves crab so much, and I do love crab. However, we have never, ever taken something that we've caught in the ocean home with us. It always goes right back in the ocean. There are people who catch crabs and then take them home and eat them, and there are legalities to that. They have to be a certain length or a certain size. They have to be caught in a certain way. There's certain places where you can crab, where you can't crab, but I honestly don't even know all of the laws with that, because we don't ever take them home. There's a lot of rules when it comes to that. And all the crabs that we caught in the video that you're talking about, there's a vlog where we caught a bunch of crabs. None of those were big enough. I know that. I don't know what the size is, but those were all too small. You can't take those. I could keep answering all of your questions, but I know that I talked a long time at the beginning of this vlog when I was going through the journals and whatnot. So I'm gonna end it here, and I hope you guys all have a fabulous weekend, whatever you're doing. Thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and I will see you next time. What is this? Antacid. My goodness. Strawberry milkshake antacid. Why do I have this? All right, I'm gonna go. Bye.